I met Peter was at Zachary's.
Grab the microphone, Joey.
First place I met Peter was at Zachary's. He was one of the first people that I became friendly with there. If it wasn't for Peter, I wouldn't know all of y'all. What I remember most about him is he was first on the dance floor. He was the first to show up on a ride day. I remember that smile. And I remember his hair, and I'm still a little jealous of it. Peter was my friend, and I love him, and I miss him, and he'll always be with me, and I'm a better man for knowing him.
Oh, honey.
I'm so glad to see everybody here. It's wonderful. So I kind of came in the middle of all this friendship, and because of my sweet, sweet friend Scott, we saw Laura, Mark, and Scott was at Thatcher's, and I looked at Glenn. I said, I think I know that guy right there. I think that's Scott. He turned around, and I turned around. He said, Colleen? And I said, Scott? He said, come on over to Laura's. And I had known Laura before. We had actually gone on a trip on a yacht from Bath to Booth Bay. And we had talked, and I'm like, I know you from somewhere. That boat trip. So they said, come on over, meet everybody. So I remember my first time I walked in here, and I hugged Scott, and everybody goes, who's that girl? Who's that girl? Who's that girl? And nobody knew who I was, but the first person that walked up to me was Peter. Aww. He said, hi, I'm Peter. Who are you? I said, I'm Colleen. I said, Scott and I, Glenn and I grew up together too. Scott and I grew up together. I just saw him at Thatcher's, and they invited me over. He said, well, my name's Peter, and do you like to dance? I said, I love to dance. So we became fast friends. We'd talk, we'd Facebook each other. We had such a nice time. Beautiful talks. And he always, whenever we went dancing, we all knew. He didn't just dance with one of us. He danced with all of us, and us ladies know that. And we loved it. He was the first one on the dance floor, and he was the last one on the dance floor. And let me tell you, I lost a little bit of weight because of him. It was wonderful. But he always protected me. And people know I like to drink, so he always protected me. When he thought I had a little bit too much to drink, he'd take me by my cheeks and say, I think that's enough, dear. Oh. And I'd say, okay, but will you hold me up? And he'd say, I'll hold you up. He said, I promise. And he did every single time. He was my protector. When he passed away, a little bit of my joy went away. And I kind of stopped coming around for a while, because I just didn't feel like dancing anymore. I didn't feel like singing anymore, and Glenn can attest to that. I didn't want to do anything. I was heartbroken. And slowly, as time went by and Laura would call me and say, please come out with us, I'd start coming out, and I started to feel the joy come back into me. Because I don't think I've ever felt sadness like that. Because in just that short amount of time that I knew him, he brought out the best in me. And it was something that I look forward to. And because of that, and because of my dear friend Scott, I've got all of you now. So we need to make sure that we keep our friendships going. If not for ourselves, then for Peter. Thanks.
Yeah.